morning, it's Tanny the Canadian Stamper. Happy Christmas Eve. It's December 24th, 2022. Welcome to Saturday morning crafting. I have had a week of company and a week of shenanigans, and it's very therapeutic to be back in my craft room. I'm gonna just be really honest. I have spent probably the last hour or so kind of fumbling about in my craft room thinking, what am I gonna make today? And I'm over Christmas cards. We're done. There's no more Christmas cards out of the Canadian Stamper for 2022. So today we are going to be like a little seaside type of a card, 2 cards out of the new mini. So my catalogs are on the way. Sorry if you haven't got yours yet. If you do have yours, page 22, I think is where we're at. And there's a class in January, 22 and 23. So I have a class on the Seaside Bay suite later in January. One of the goals for today is to put together all of my classes for 2022. I have them all planned out from January to June. And so it covers this new catalog that's coming up, and Celebration is in a couple of weeks. And well, January 3rd or 4th, I think. So it'll be a busy couple of weeks, but Christmas is first. Good morning, Wendy. Welcome to the day. Okay, so I think I'm gonna flip you around and get going. We're ready to rock and roll. So 2 projects, let's do it. Good morning, good morning. Happy Christmas Eve. It's always an awesome shot, hey, with my neck and all right, here we go. So here's our goodies. These are, I think I've gone over this suite, I'm not sure, but not to worry. We're gonna do the cards today, and then the going through the whole suite, like what's in the suite and all that kind of stuff, is gonna be for a different day. Today we're just gonna enjoy this new suite. So let me go over my little bits and bobs here with you. So standard A2 size card base. We're gonna fold and score. I wasn't sure how many people were gonna be coming to watch this morning because of Christmas Eve and everything. I wanted to be sleeping in, but my body said no. So this is one of the pieces of designer series paper. The suite comes with a pack of 6x6. So I'm gonna get out my handy chart. This was a free download. I say was because my website is under construction and I need to update it. So this will tell you that the first layer is 4 by 5 1/4, which is what this Night of Navy piece is. And then I want to go 1/4 of an inch down. So I'm going to go to the second layer. So 3 3/4 by 5. And then if I'm not quite sure, maybe this, then I do that. Yeah, so that's how that works. And then these are the other pieces. So from the die set, oh, I should show you the dies. There's this seashell, and then this is not in the set. These are different. And then a piece of greenery. So let's cut this DSP first, and then we will do the next thing. Let me bring you up so you can see. Hi, Marie. Good morning. So I'm going 3 3/4 this way and 5 this way. So I don't want it to be that way. So I'm gonna go 3 3/4 this way and 5 this way. Now, for sure, keep these scraps, of course. You could even stamp on that. That would be a pretty, you could probably stamp on that side too, actually. And this, you could still for sure make something out of that. So that's that one cut. So there's our card base, our first layer and our second layer already done, like that. What I like about this paper is well, I like a lot about this paper, but I'm sure I've flipped through this for you. Hi, Pam. Merry Christmas Eve. Is the shimmer that's on the paper in some of the pieces. Oh, my whole screen just went black. Can somebody put in the comments if you can see me? My computer screen just all went black. but my phone's good, so I'm assuming I'm there. I'll just refresh my page. Anyway, so that's the paper that goes with. Yeah, so the class for this, I think, is the second to last Saturday in January. I need to organize my classes today. Okay, so there's that. Let's get these glued down. I'm not sure if it's my browser or what's happening, but sorry, technical difficulties. I'm gonna bring up Facebook again. My phone is okay, but I don't know. Hopefully you're putting it in the comment. Oh, Pam says yes. Oops, so we're just gonna roll with it. Maybe I'm not gonna be able to see your comments today. I think Facebook wants the Canadian Stamper page to do my lives differently. Like they want me to create an event and go live from the event. And so I've been noticing that I'm not playing the way that Facebook wants me to play. And I'm noticing some technical glitches, which of course it's their platform. So perhaps I should make an adjustment, but not today. Okay, so here's this. Now, let me show you the set. So here's the set, Seaside Bay, and then the dies. There's quite a few dies. So in this set, you'll see that some of the dies like don't match anything, like this one. And then some of the dies do match. So for example, if you were to stamp these 3 birds, this is the die, these are the dies that cut them out. And these 3 seashells, these are the dies that cut them out. So with that, you would lose the sand underneath, but you could just stamp it. And then, well, you could actually stamp this on the card, then stamp this again on a separate piece of paper, then die cut, and then put these pieces over top of where you have stamped to give it, that's layers. Oh, guess what? I have planned a layering class. That's what reminded me of that. I think the layering class might be in March. And then, yeah, so there, anyways, it's a really big set and you've got lots of dies. And then this piece came from these, I think these are stylish shapes. Yeah, stylish shapes. Yeah, okay. So I have on here, thank you for everything. And it's got this, the scripty plus not scripty font, which I love. So I have all my browns out. Really, it's for the next card. We're going to use Night of Navy for the sentiment. Yeah, Facebook on my computer is just not playing well. So I'm sorry I won't see your comments until after. I hope everybody is still in their pajamas. That's what I'm hoping. I'm party on the top and jammies on the bottom. I've got my comfies on. I have a day of crafting and sewing ahead of me. That's what's happening at my house. Okay. Oh, shoot. What I wanted to do was put under here. Well, let's see if it'll still work. I wanted to put this under here. Okay, where's my tool? So this paddle on the Take Your Pick tool will help with this. Usually, depending on how heavy you are with your glue and whatnot. I'm not going to really push this because you can see it under there. Usually it's better if the glue has already kind of not dried a lot. I think that's good. Okay. Ooh, that could even actually go under there, but I think I'll just keep it here. Okay. So before, well, last weekish, I did a private class at someone's house, and then the very next morning we left go to Comox, as you know, if you watched last Saturday's live. And then we had company all week when we came back. And so I've only just this morning started digging out all the stuff from that private event. It's a busy time of year. Okay, so that looks good. I'm happy with that. Now to anchor this, see how it's a bit flimsy? I'm gonna use a glue dot so that it kind of sits nicely. And, you know, going this way. It's coming together. Okay, so let's deal with this. So this is one of the die cuts, and I'm gonna fold it. See how it's got the fold lines there? I think it's got the double fold, similar to like when you're making a box or like a 3D project. I don't know if you can, if the camera's picking that up, but you can see that it's got like a bit of a lip there. And I think if you were to actually put like a gem, one of the pearls in there. Okay, let's do it. Convincing myself. Oh, look at that, my pearls are right there on top. So these are pearl basic jewels. It's gonna go right in there. And I think that this extra little piece helps kind of give it some depth. But we're gonna give it a bit of texture. So this is a bag, I don't know, actually, I have a different bag of these that are all used, and I have them in color families, but I don't know where it is. So we're gonna go Sahara Sand. And this, on purpose, is cut out of very vanilla. This is basic white, and this is basic white, but I wanted it to be a bit of a different texture, or color, I mean. So we're gonna add some color. I'm sad that I can't see your comments if you're commenting. So the other thing that happened this week is I took my computer in to a place called the MacBook Pros. Very happy with the work that they did on my laptop. So it's very fast now. When I'm doing school and stuff, and we're in team meetings, I can't be the person who shares the screen while we're working in Zoom because my computer was always so super slow, which is annoying. So I took it in and they worked on it, and now it's snappy, as she called it. Snappy, very fast. Okay, so that just gives it a bit of, you know, color. That's the word I'm looking for, color. We're gonna add this and this and this. Let's get some dimensionals and let's put this together. So you could put another glue dot on that side, but I think I'm gonna use some of these pieces to anchor that thread down. I'm just gonna turn this off on Facebook over here so that it's not sitting and spinning and getting mad at me. So I think I'm gonna do, and then when you open it, the pearl's gonna be there. Oh yeah, so cute. Okay, so I've put these not at the ideal spot because it's gonna go right on the ribbon, but let me show you a trick. So if it's, oh, that's okay. Sometimes when you put ribbon right on top of dimensionals across there, the actual piece can get a bit floppy. So what I do is I cut a dimensional in half and put half up at the top and half at the bottom, but this is okay. It's okay. So I'm gonna add some here. So I'm going under this, but over the ribbon, under the thing, under the sentiment, but over the ribbon. Oh, that was a big bang. Maybe some snow fell outside. I think I'm gonna tuck this, yes, right in behind. So we've got Christmas dinner tomorrow night. We've got the turkey out. It's in the freezer, or it's in the garage though. We're gonna have to bring it in the house. It's too cold in the garage, I think, for it to actually defrost. I want this to lay kind of flat. Okay, there's that one. This paper is what it does. It is what I love, the shimmer on the paper. Okay, and then boom, there's your pearl. Okay, I feel like it needs 2 pearls. Is that a thing? Do these ever have 2 pearls? Sure, right? This one does. Okay, card number 1, done. Now, card number 2, our last project. So we're gonna use these. These are the gems that come with the suite. This is some more of that paper. And so I'm going to use the same trick in that, so we've got a standard A2 size card base. I'm going to score, varnish, and then I'm going to cut this piece. I kind of want it to be, I might actually go the full, it's always a debate I have whether or not to do a border or not. If I could see your comments, then that would be swell to ask you, border, no border. Try myself again, see if I can bring up comments. Okay, so I'm gonna get my chopper. Oh, look, there's your comments. Hi. Thanks, everybody. Yes, Pam, creasing the dimension, the pearl to give it some dimension. I think that's what your comment meant, to do that, to give it dimension. Okay, I'm so happy I can see comments. Oh, Christy says border, thank you. Love the shimmer. All right, so to do border, we're gonna do just 1/4 inch border. So we're gonna go 4 by 5 1/4. Now this piece of Designer Series paper is going to do all of the work for us. It has got the sky, it's got some sand, and then I think it's got some water. And then we're just gonna add some accoutrements, really. That's how it's gonna go. Oysters have 2 or 3 pearls, perfect. Okay, what am I doing? So I'm doing 4 this way and 5 1/4 this way. So as it sits now, it's gonna cut right through there, which I'm not happy about. I want more of this. So I'm gonna take this over to, let's go 5. So this is not a good way to save your paper, just PS. So that's 5, but I need it to be 4, but I want this piece. So now I'm gonna go here at 4. So now you have these 2 pieces that you can save. And now I need this to be 5 1/4. And of course, I want to keep all of this, so I'm gonna get rid of this up here. 5 1/4. Boom. Nail it. Okay, so now, where are my pieces? I am going to, we're gonna have some fun. I'm gonna stamp these. We're gonna stamp on the Designer Series paper. Actually, I think I'm gonna do thank you again. Sorry, one moment, please. I'm gonna do thank you again, but I'm gonna do it in brown, because the blue is a bit much. You found a pair of oysters? I found a pearl and an oyster once. Finding 2 and 3 would be amazing. I didn't know that, Christy. I'm just trying to pick my brown to go on here. This is definitely too much. I think I might go crumb cake. Is that true? I'm not sure. Let's stamp these birds and see what we can do. So this, it's all one piece, like so. So put it down. This is sticky side. If it doesn't fit that way, just rotate your block. This is a D block, Delta, and pick it up. Now, I need a little piece of white to stamp my birds. Sorry, I'm not prepared with my white. I'm gonna put this through my die cut machine, so I'm gonna make it small. I think I might do these birds in 2 colors, just to see what we look like. It's pretty faint, so it's, I wonder if this is like a distinctive stamp. I should probably know that before I say that out loud. Oh, I love them. Sandpipers. We totally had this conversation because I couldn't remember the name of the birds. Love the sandpipers. Okay, let's try it in Crumb Cake just to see what we see. When I re-ink my stamp pads, oh yeah, look, that's dark. They don't actually become true colors. It's hardly, you can hardly tell the difference. Might do this one. Okay, so let's move these out of the way. And I think we're gonna cut this, whoops, bigger bird. Just trying to get it off my mat here. If you don't have nails, it's kind of hard to get them off sometimes. There we go. All right, so now that I can see your comments, Christy, I know what you're doing. I'm all up in your business for your Christmas preparations. What's everybody doing? What is your favorite part about Christmas Eve? Let's start there. That's a fun thing to think about. Now I'm going way darker. I'm going soft suede here. It's a big sandpiper. Like it's so, I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's got such great detail on there as far as it doing the shading, and I love it. Okay, while we're here, let's stamp on here. Do I want to do that? No, let's cut it first. Getting ahead of myself. All right, so this is perfect for the mini. So here's my mini. Spending time with family, yeah, I agree. Got some family coming over tonight. Look at that, perfectly cut, as if I knew what I was doing. Okay, so here's the dies. So I'm gonna use 2. So I've got these ones for my little sandpipers. And I'm calling her a mama, my mama sandpiper. Sure, let's try and do it all in one. I really wish Stampin' Up had a magnetic plate again. I've got a bit of, what is this? Post-it note paper, just to hold your piece in place. So my next card buffet is January 7th already. So I think, Pam, you are signed up and ready to go. So if anybody else needs to get in on the first card buffet of 2023, I think the 7th is a Saturday, and I've changed the timing. The card, oh, it's actually, sorry, it's not a card, it's not called a card buffet anymore. I've changed it to take your pick workshop. So you can take your pick of whatever cards you would like to make. Whoop. Oh my gosh, I love these little birds. So that's January 7th. So and the card buffet will be every Saturday from 1 to 3 from now until, well, the end of the year, really. I don't think it falls on any holidays, That's probably not true, but I didn't see any. So they do fill up because I have limited space in the house. So keep that in mind. All right, let's start putting this together. I think what I'm gonna do is add this ribbon around the back. So see how it's quite coily? You can just run your finger over and it makes it a little easier to deal with. And if anybody's doing any Christmas wrapping of late, you will know, because that's how you do it with the ribbon as well. I just am thinking about where, let's just put this on and see where we want things to go. So there's one sandpiper. Let's go over here. And then the babies or smaller sandpipers. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Oh, I hear Zachary. He is emerging. I think I'm gonna put ribbon down here. This is the ribbon that comes with the set. It's like an ombre blue. In the event of snow, yeah, I suppose I probably would, Pam, if there was a lot of snow. We've been out every day. We were out last night. The roads are fine. Like, they're not icy. They're not like, I mean, as of yesterday, they weren't. They were earlier in the week. But yes, and if, you know, people have signed up and they're not comfortable to come due to snow with enough notice, then I'm happy to move your credit to the following month or towards another class. No problem. So I think I'm gonna add this here. And then I'm gonna use these little ones to cover up. I love it. Might add just a bit more here. So, you know what I'm super excited about is the layering class I was telling you about. So using different techniques to get layers and depth and sort of interest, as they call it, into your cards and projects. So we're gonna use it. I prefer, I mean, you can come via virtual, but you need to have all the things, because we're gonna use some embossing powder, embossing paste, we're gonna use stencils. It's gonna be a whole thing. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And so it's best if you're here, but you don't have to be. Okay, I think I'm gonna do 2 ribbons. Let's do it. So using, what is this? Stampin' Seal, just to help keep your ribbon in place as you wrap. I'm gonna do 2. And then this other little piece here. And I kind of felt like I wanted to do ribbon up here too. I'm doing it. I'm casing, who's this from anyways? Christy Gridley. Christy's Stamping Spet? Trying to read her watermark there. So this isn't exactly her. She's got something similar. And I'm making it my own. So I'm just gonna do one up here. I'm gonna show you a trick. Well, it might not be a trick. It's a thing. I'm gonna show you a thing. Okay, let's get, I was hesitating because I was gonna maybe put this up on dimensionals, but this twine is not super thick. Sometimes when you have thick ribbon, you want to put this layer up on dimensionals because the ribbon's too thick and then the card kind of looks wonky. But this ribbon is not thick, so I think I'm okay. Hi, Gail. Howdy. I have a whole bin of new stuff for this new class, or sorry, the buffet. So it'll be fun to do that. And then the Seaside Bay class, which uses this set, is at the end of January. So my buffets, of course, are in person, but I'm doing, so every month from now until June, I'm doing a take your pick workshop. And then I'm also doing like a big class. So this coming month is going to be the Seaside Bay, and it can be virtual or in person. I think I'm going to tuck this under. Am I in camera still? Ooh, just barely. These could almost be used underwater as well. Okay, so I'm going to use my teeny tiny dimensionals to pop up my sandpiper. I wouldn't glue this down with all this nonsense I've got going on here. It's just too much. There's ribbon, there's a dimensional. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. Let's put this one there. Where's my dimensionals? What else have I have to tell you about? Not much, I guess. We went out last night to, where did we go? Monkey Tree. For a friend's birthday party. It was packed in there. There was a lot of people celebrating. It was really fun. My voice hurt though when we left from, you know, trying to talk to everybody and projecting my voice. It's been a while since that's happened, you know, with COVID and all. Okay, so I'm doing the same thing here. I'm using a dimensional, and I want to make sure that the dimensional is not over top of the ribbon. You're going to have problems if that's the case. So I'm just moving it up a bit and then adding there. Okay, one more. I might glue this one down. Very close to being done. Oh, sugar. I got a little bit of glue here. It's all right, don't panic, don't panic. So last weekend with the whole debate on Die Hard as a Christmas movie or not, some very strong opinions about that. I respect all of them. I mean, if you think it's a Christmas movie, you're wrong, but I respect your opinion. We saw, obviously, you know, Facebook or all the things listen to you and whatnot, and I had in my feed all sorts of things come up about Die Hard and whatnot, and there was a Christmas ornament of Bruce Willis, like in the, what am I trying to say, in one of the air shafts as like a Christmas ornament. It was pretty funny. I should post it actually. I think I saved it. Okay, so I'm just helping my little birds because they're a bit wonky. All right, so here's the trick I was going to show you. Jibber jabbering up here. I'm going to actually do my sentiment first. So I'm going to do thank you again. I should really do it on a piece of paper. Oh, snap. Remember, guys, I said hang on to that? No, that's not going to work. No, it's out. It's out. Okay, I'm doing, I think I'm going to go with crumb cake. All right, it's a stressful, hopefully the most stressful part of my day. Stamping on designer series paper on basically a finished card. Ready? Oh my gosh, I'm so stressed out. I can hear the, okay, so my recommendation, find something straight to line it up with. And of course, if you're using cling stamps, which is what this is, make sure to stamp on something and make sure the stamp is straight. Sometimes, so Stampin' Up makes these. I don't think they make the photopolymer, the clear ones. And sometimes when they make these red ones, they don't cut them quite right. Okay, so you're lining up. I'm just doing it. I'm committing. I love it. Whew. Okay, just like I knew what I was doing. Okay, now I'm just kind of riffing here, as they say. There's a guy in he's so funny, in my cohort for school, and sometimes I would love to work with him on a team because he's hilarious. And he's like, yeah, man, I'm just riffing, you know, I'm just riffing. We're like, you're what? Oh, he's hilarious. What's happening with my bow? Morning, Zachary. Okay, I'm tightening this just so it anchors. You don't have to tie a knot here. It just helps you kind of have the bow in place so it's not so slippy. Yeah, I could have moved it over just a titch. You could, of course, make the bow and then add it. That's another way. So we're gonna use the same trick we did before, which is to use a glue dot to anchor our bow. Beautiful. Yeah, anyways, he's always like, yeah, I'm just riffing, you know? I think he means like spitballing, you know, like I'm just spitballing here. He's pretty funny though. Okay, trimming. I think we're done. I think I'm gonna stop fussing. Oh, wait. I'm winking. This isn't supposed to happen, by the way. This piece is supposed to stay in the lid, but mine is not down with that. Okay, so this is a happy accident. When using your Wink Estella, sometimes it can be like almost like a watercolor, like you're watercoloring, because the wetness in the Wink Estella kind of pulls the ink. It wouldn't work if you had stamped these in black, of course, but it kind of pulls the color and colors in the bird, while at the same time adding some shimmer. Let's do mama. Yeah, it's cute. I like it. It's almost like if you were to have colored it with watercolor pencil crayons and then use the blending brush. It just brings it out. It's actually a good technique. I should try this with, like, you could take your watercolor pencils if you have them and add some color to the birds and then use either the blending brush or the Wink Estella here to pull some of the color. I don't know that the Wink Estella is wet enough to use with watercolor pencils, but like you could use blends as well, like alcohol markers, but I feel like this might be a bit, they're kind of dainty, you know? And the alcohol markers might be a bit heavy. I don't know, if you're good at coloring, it might be a thing. You could do it. All right, let's bring in both. Oh, hi, Michael. You slept in. That is a Christmas miracle. I didn't even think that. Well, you have teenagers now, so they probably sleep. Zach just got up too. They're on Christmas break, so it's always the excuse to stay up later. Sorry, Michael, I'm just finishing, my friend. But here's what we made. So this one, really the Designer Series paper is doing all the work for us. So we put 2 pearls in there. So Night of Navy, and then you can zoom back to the beginning of the video if you want to you know, get the measurements and all that jazz. And then this one. I don't know that I needed to have this, but I think it would be kind of plain up there without it. And there's our little sandpipers. This is a good morning so far. I'm going to continue my crafting. I hope you have a beautiful Christmas Eve and a wonderful Christmas Day and all the festivities and all the things. Have a wonderful weekend as well. And I will see you around on social and all the things. Bye for now, guys.